Howdy folks, today we are going to fight Iceman. Iceman is not one of my favorite robot masters, but I'll try to grade his level as neutrally as possible, as I always have been trying to do. So, here you'll notice that Megaman slips and slides on the ice, which adds a slight degree of difficulty. And this enemy that's pestering me right now is somewhat random, but with the cutting blade you can take him out pretty effectively. The foreground and background are a little bit bland. The foreground doesn't pop out too much, and in the background you'll see that there's these strange palm trees here, which are frozen, I suppose. I don't know why a palm tree would be frozen. Perhaps Iceman has taken over California or something like that. Anyway, so now we go into water, and I suppose there's some sound that is made when you splash into the water, but beyond that there's no real water physics. As a slight side note, the foreground does change slightly when you go into the water. As you can see, there's these kind of cistern things under here with pipes, but it's not that out of the ordinary. The dynamic that's formed here with these penguin enemies and these floor trackers is a little interesting. As you can see, I'm getting hit, but that's okay. And so now we will go out of the water and continue. I just had some goldfish before doing this recording, and they were quite delicious and flavorful. In fact, they were flavor blasted goldfish, which is probably why they were flavorful. Anyway, here you'll see this tube thing, which leads down to a pit of doom. And without the cutting blade, it's even more of a pit of doom, because, well, if I could take out this enemy, as you can see, it's gonna pester you while you're trying to get over these disappearing blocks, which can be a little tricky to get over, but I've memorized the pattern, so there you go. And there's even more of them here. Again, I'm gonna take out the floor enemy. I missed. There we go. Okay. So now we can go over these blocks. As I said before in a Luckman stage, these are pretty irritating. And they are reused in future games, including Megaman 2 for Heatman, and in Megaman 3 during Magnet Man's stage. I am epically failing at this. There we go. About time I got past. Now you'll see there are these propeller things here that shoot sideways and are over a deadly pit. And I'm not going to interact with these guys in any way whatsoever besides avoiding them, because they are really obnoxious and unpredictable, and I do not want to die during this run. Luckily they provide you with some power-ups here if you need them. I am thankful for them. And we're about to fight Iceman, but of course we have to face another big eye enemy, as we always do, or typically. And because we have the magnet beam, we can just go straight over him, which is convenient. And now we will go into his chamber. As a note, you can use these little enemies here to replenish supplies if you need it. But I don't need it, so I'm just going to keep going. You'll notice the background here is kind of a strange mess of green blocks. Kind of reminds me of Bomb Man's stage right before you fight him, and while you're fighting him. And anyway, let's go fight Iceman himself. He's a pretty blandly designed robot. I mean, he's just like an Eskimo. It's not very exciting. If you use the elect beam and use 3 strategically placed shots, you can defeat him pretty easily. And it's just a matter of avoiding his shots that are flying past you in order to get the prize. And that is Iceman. Okay, so the fight with Iceman, without his weakness, is sort of like the fight with Elecman. The difference is that Iceman is more predictable, but his shots are harder to dodge. And they do just as much damage as you saw. And since each Megabuster shot that you take on him only does 1 damage, it's a very long battle, and very stressful, and also difficult. With any luck, we'll make it out of here alive. We're doing pretty well so far. Let's see here. Yes, we made it out alive. Okay, so that is Iceman with only the Megabuster.